Hi yogis, welcome to class. Sometimes you just can't sleep and it sucks. So today's class is actually, it's a brief one, but it's designed to help you get into some restful sleep. And there are tons of things that you can actually do to fix your environment so that it encourages sleep, and all of those are in the blog, so please go ahead and check those out. However, if you've already tried all of those, or you're just having a moment where you just want to get some sleep, this practice is for you. So like I said, it's brief, we're gonna move a little bit, and then we're going to end up against the wall. So position yourself so that you are kind of close to a wall or can get to one. And then I'm actually using a blanket in today's practice. You don't have to, it enhances the final pose a little bit. You could use a pillow, like not a huge one. You could use a kind of a flatter pillow, or a towel or anything if you don't have a yoga blanket handy. So we're actually going to start with a little bit of movement to begin with. So come on down onto your mat, and you don't necessarily need to do this on a mat. If it's nighttime and you're really just trying to unwind, you could just, you could do this on the floor. I need a mat because I have old knees. So we're going to come back into a child's pose. So the knees are nice and wide, the big toes touch. And go ahead and sink back. And if this is it for you for your child's pose, that's perfect, because we're going to move anyway. So just sink back. Maybe bring the forehead to the mat if that's in your practice, and settle down. And then, like I said, this is a quick one, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on breathing techniques or anything as we move. Just try to stay focused on what your body is telling you right now. So, notice if you have any kind of racing thoughts or anything like that, and just allow them to kind of float away as you move through your practice here. So just clearing out your mind. So let's inhale and rock forward into a tabletop shape. And you can keep your knees right where you are because we're coming back to it. And then inhale, lift the heart here. So just a little tiny back bend. Exhale, round the back and sit back into your child's pose. We're going to do this a few times. And just come into the breath. Inhale, round through the back. And then when you get to the top, look up. Exhale, round, press back. Inhale, scooping forward. Inhale, lift, a little back bend. Exhale, round and push back. Inhale, scoop, come forward. Exhale, round and push back. So you can keep moving exactly like this. If you need a little bit more mind clearing, you can curl your toes under. And as you exhale, push back into a downward facing dog. And then inhale, go ahead and lower the hips down, lift the heart. So this is just a little bit more. Exhale, push back, and let yourself just ripple through this. Inhale, lift, knees come down, lift. Notice I'm not really worried too much about form in this one. We're just moving in ways that feel good. Inhale, find your way into that little up dog. Nice. And now if you're in that tabletop, we're all coming back to that tabletop. Let's bring the right leg forward. Just into a little low lunge here. Sink the hips down. We carry a lot of stuff in our hips, so just getting a nice little stretch here is good. Good. And then walk that foot in towards the middle of the mat. Keep the left hand down and twist open to the right, looking up. Beautiful. Both hands come down, step back. Let's take a few of those rolling cat-cows here. So sit back, inhale, come forward. We're just resetting. We're going to do the other side. Exhale, round and push back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, round and push back. And then on this next one, we're bringing that left knee with us and step it outside. Beautiful. And then sink down. Now I walked my left hand outside of my foot here. If you feel better, you can keep both hands inside. It's up to you. And now from here, I'm going to bring my right hand inside the right foot, heel toe right foot a little bit more towards the midline, and then just open up for a nice easy twist. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and bring both hands down, step back with the feet, and let's sit back into child's pose. So walk your hands forward, sit your hips back, and let's take the right hand underneath and kind of squeeze out the upper back here. You can keep that left hand reaching forward, or if you have the space, you might reach the left hand over towards the right and tuck the chin around the gums. And then just bring your awareness to your breath here and let everything melt out of focus. Go ahead and walk that left hand back out to the front, right arm out in front of you, and then switch it out. So left arm goes over towards the right. And then if you just did the one side, that's perfect. Just let the head fall. If you did both sides, you can bring the right arm across. Go ahead and release. And then just wiggle out those legs, maybe give them a nice little kick either side. We're coming onto our backs here. So on your mat, just come all the way down onto your back. And we're going to take just an easy twist for the lower body now. So reach your arms out to your side, walk your feet out a little bit wider than hip width, and we're going to take some windshield wipers with your breath, exhaling the legs over towards one side. When you're completely empty, go ahead and inhale up and over, and then exhale down to the opposite side. And then just moving back and forth. Little breathing technique here. Inhale and exhale, some gentle movement. And coming into a nice easy rhythm. Notice that you're starting to get a little bit more flexy here. We're going to stop on the opposite side here, so come all the way down and just take a moment. So your arms out to the side is usually the best for most of us. You might, if you have some extra flexibility, you might bring your hands up overhead. Don't even worry about anything except what's going on in your body here. Let's go ahead and take this twist to the other side. Now there's a reason I chose these poses, because they're designed to help you slow down. They're designed to reset so you get out of that fight or flight and get into rest and digest. Go ahead and bring the legs back up through center. If you're positioned close to the wall without any kind of drama, go ahead and slide yourself over to it. I have to maneuver a little bit, so. You can move your blanket out of the way, slide yourself up pretty close to the wall, so your hip is right against the wall, and then swing your legs up onto the wall. Once you have yourself up there, you can then shimmy closer to the wall, or if your legs are at an angle, that's okay too. And then just lift your hips up by putting your feet on the mat on the wall, and then lower down onto that blanket. So you want to be like a little ramp here. And then if you like, some people really enjoy a nice straddle split. I prefer a more traditional legs up the wall. And again, you can bring your arms overhead if that feels good. And then just close your eyes and just be in the shape. You can stay in this pose as long as you like, up to 20 minutes if that feels good. If 2 minutes is all you have, that's perfect. If you want to stop the video here and stay in this pose longer, you're certainly welcome to do so. But as you're ready, go ahead and bring the feet onto the wall and then rolling over towards one side or the other. And just take a moment here. So just let yourself rest here on the mat, taking your time, letting the blood flow back towards the feet. And then using your hands to come all the way back up and back to whatever seat calls to you here. I'm actually going to use that blanket to lift my hips up a little bit. And if you want to stay with legs up the wall and complete this breathing technique while you're up there, that's perfect. If you're sitting in your Sukhasana, just let your hands rest in your lap and tuck your chin. I want you to think about the shape of a box. And we're going to breathe around the shape of that box. So let's go ahead and take a nice big in-breath through the nose and imagine that you're painting the outside, going up the edge of that box on the inhale. And then when your breath is completely full, exhale across the top of the box. Inhale back down the opposite side and then across. So taking about 10 rounds. Breathing up the side of the box, exhale across, inhale down, exhale across. Keep taking that box breath. Equal length inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, letting everything else fall away except your box. Noticing the detail of your box, the color, the size. You can bedazzle it if you like. Stay here and breathe your box breath, or go back to legs up the wall, or whatever it is that you need to get your good night's sleep. I'm wishing you the best night's sleep of your week. Thank you for joining me, yogis. Namaste.